your attention has to be on the target. Even if you say that the Kundalini is the moving force, still where is your attention? Still your attention is on the bank, so you come up again superficially. You come and just float superficially and then again jump onto some bank. Then again I'll have to put you down inside the water, go inside. Again go back to the Kundalini. Again start your journey. But from the very beginning, steadfast if you move towards the target, towards the spirit, then I have no problem. But it doesn't happen with human beings. They are so much used to the attraction of the banks that they always come up, float, go to the banks, and again sometimes settle down there or again come back. So the journey is upward, downward, upward. Though the movement of the Kundalini could be such that you jump like a jet and set down there. The day that starts, I'll be the happiest person, because it is too much sometimes for me to make this kind of a journey 4 times up and down with everyone, because of the so-called attachments they have outside. The inner movement with a detached mind, if they accept a situation and they decide within themselves that I am going to do like this, I have decided on this, they can work it out. But it's not so. Mostly the attitude should be that mother is like a mirror, and we have a mirror in front of us, so we know how we are proceeding. So in the mirror, if I see myself like this, better get rid of it and go ahead. But on the contrary, if mother says something to someone that this is so, then they feel hurt and again float up. The mirror has to say something. Supposing you have some spot on your face, the mirror is not going to please you, it will say it is there. So you don't hit the mirror and you just don't get angry with the mirror, do you? You see that you clear yourself because you don't want to have any spots. But just the other way, what happens with people, I've seen that if you tell them anything or you just tell them this is wrong, they'll first explain, argue this thing, and if it doesn't work out, then they will just get angry with Sahaja Yoga and give. As if they are obliging Sahaja Yoga, as if they are obliging mother. Actually you are obliging yourself. You are not obliging anyone. Or if you take up that kind of an attitude, then only you will realize that you have to move forward without looking left or right. So we have had many experiences, quite funny. If you look back, you can see that you have been sometimes Romeo and Juliet, sometimes you have been money-minded people, sometimes you have been quarreling, fighting, arguing child, all kinds we have had. But those who forget all this and shoot off towards the goal are the best and the most sensible. They are the most selfish people because they know what selfishness is. All the rest are stupid because they are losing their time. There are some people I've seen who also try to use Sahaja Yoga for making money or making something for Sahaja Yoga sort of thing and making some money out of it or sort of thing. You better make yourself in the best way and enjoy it in a way that makes you happy and makes others happy in the Sahaja stream. So getting out of the Sahaja stream and doing something is again coming out of that innermost channel of Brahmanadi. Outward, again floating, going to the back, again going down, because every time you go down like that, you have to start your Kundalini again back. It's a very difficult thing. And the force of the Kundalini gets spent. So one has to understand that if you have to do this journey, you have to be a determined person. You have to be a disciplined person, yourself. Nobody should tell you that discipline yourself, do this, do that. You have to do. What others are doing, first is the attention is there. I mean, even if somebody brings it here, everybody's attention must go there. What is there to see? But this is nothing, this is very, very superfluous thing. But even serious thing should not attract your attention. Your attention should be on the solution of all the solutions. Blessing of all the blessings. The emancipation of all the emancipations. You shouldn't worry about anything else, you just worry about that connection which is being established, and nothing else, everything is looked after. It is as simple as that. If this connection is broken, the simple thing is to keep the connection on. What's the use of polishing this, doing that? Are you going to get the connection back? This is a simple, practical thing we find. And once we start forgetting that practical side, we become retarded in our progress. And what we find, wherever we are there. Like in this Kolhapur, I would say, when I come, you will see tonight, there will be a huge crowd, very huge crowd, always we have. Out of them, how many really take up this journey? Very few. Doesn't matter. You shouldn't mind it, because they are not wise yet. But those who become wise, who take up the journey, also in between Jack in the box, they come out. Suddenly I find somebody floating. We are going through the submarine and they just jet out. This is how it has happened with all our journey. And at this place when we have arrived here not by plane, not by car, not by roads, but through the innermost core of our heart we have arrived. The Brahmana. We have arrived at Kolhapur, at Mahalakshmi's point, to the most innermost part. And that's how we are here. So we look at this place in a very gross manner. That's our old habits. But the new habit should be vibration-wise. Where are we? What is it? Once you develop this, I can definitely, completely transform this Kolhapur into. You are like my channels. When you go with me, I use you as my channels. But what I find, that the channels are sometimes crooked, sometimes broken, sometimes there are holes, and the energy is wasted. So it is the duty of all the Sahajogis who are travelling with me especially, is to be the channel. But if you take an attitude that you are here as guests, you are to be looked after, the arrangement should be good, that should be good, then there's no meaning to your travel. You are travelling like saints who travelled with Buddha, even much more, because they did not do anything. But you are the channels. So as you are the channels, you have to keep your channels open, efficient, and you should work it out. Today is a special day for all of you. It is called as Mahabij, the day of Mahabij. Means all the mantras have a bij, and the Mahabij of that is Omkara himself. Omkara. And in the first place, this Omkara was like an egg, Brahman. They call it Brahman. The whole Brahma becomes an and. Of course, when they say Brahmanda, even Sanskrit people don't know that they are talking of an egg. Brahmanda, the under of Brahma. That is the first piece. And how this Brahma, these vibrations, how they were created. In the first place, when the Devi separated from Shiva, before that she had gone round him, as you know. And then Shiva told her, Sadashiva told her that you have to now create. And the separation took place. So he came out of that Pradakshina, or you can call it an elliptical form. And when he came out of it, that created a kind of a sound. Sound that had is Brahma in it. So that Brahma was left in that area. As I have told you that first the Devi went round Sadashiva and created a garland. That garland had covered Shiva in it, like the nucleus inside. But when Sadashiva went out of it, it created a sound. And that sound filled the whole of that Andakruti, means the form of an egg, and that is the Mahabija. That is the Omkar. And that is reborn as Sri Ganesh and later on as Jesus Christ. That's why at Mahalakshmi's place come with Mahabija Dev is a very significant, because Mahalakshmi was the mother of Jesus, Mary, and her son was the incarnation of Mahabija. So to come here on such and such date and to do Mahalakshmi's puja is a very big privilege, is a great privilege for all. And with that privilege, you should humbly do this puja and try to get into that Mahabija, become one part of that Mahabija, which is this Brahman, the whole Brahman. Brahma is under means egg, is created, be part and parcel of that, and not to create any angularity or any kind of a misrepresentation, but be homogeneous with the whole Brahma. One has to put attention to your Brahma Shakti, which is manifested as vibrations. Today the vibrations are so great that I didn't think I would be able to speak on this, but somehow I have managed. I hope you all have been able to understand the subtlest of subtle that I have talked to you. So when you travel with me, you should not think you have come here to see the whole land and all, or to enjoy life. You have come here to become the channel of your mother's work. If you understand that, then you will be able to realize that God has given you a very appointed place. So I would request you, be deserved and assume your seats, coveted places where God has put you. May God bless you.